Welcome back to another episode of the Willie Morgan Show with Manchester United icon, Willie Morgan. The sun is shining for once in Scotland. Trust me, I do not take that for granted. But how are you, Willie, and how are things down south?
The sun's shining down here as well. It has been for the last 2-3 days. It's been great. Been a great week, obviously. The only sad thing was Harold's funeral. You know, I mentioned that Harold had gone. And it was his funeral. Other than that, just going on. I met my grandson's godfather, Goods Ahmed, who's one of my great friends. Not seen him for 2-3 weeks. I wonder what was wrong with him. Anyway, he's lost 2 stone. He's hitting the ball further than he ever hit it. We played some golf last night, and he looks amazing. The only sad thing is he stopped drinking. He's not had a drink since December. And he said he feels great and it's the best thing he ever did. So, and I'll be seeing him later on. We're playing a few holes later on tonight as well. So, don't hit the ball as well, good. It's annoying.
And in terms of the golf game in general, how is it going? And that's always the kiss of death when I ask that question.
The bane of my life. Whoever invented golf should be shot. It's the worst game ever invented. It does your head in, and it doesn't get any better. And all you have to do is ask the pros. I mean, they have the same problems. You know, it's not just amateurs, but in general, no, the golf's good. See, the only problem for me playing with Alex is not good because he hits it 120 yards further than me off the tee. I know you're laughing, Callum. It's not funny. Really not funny. Yeah, don't you dare laugh. It's heartbreaking. And of course, it makes me swing harder, try to hit it further, and then it knackers your game up. So, but no, things are okay. Always the sun's shining. Kate had me working in the garden. She's doing my head in. You know, she's obviously meant to be a boss and not a worker. So we've been in the garden all day doing all sorts. But it looks great. I must admit, I didn't want to do it, but it looks great now. So other than that, the football, yeah. I know Vincent's bricking it because we're only 1 point behind in a game in hand. You know what that is, Newcastle United. So I hope we win on Thursday. I hope. But it's been a tight finish. It's been incredible. And, you know, great for City. Whatever. You know, the one thing about Man City, going back all the years, in the early years when I joined United, there was no nastiness at all. Everyone got on great with each other, including the managers. I say Joe Mercer and Samat were the greatest of friends. Used to go out for dinner with the wives. And it's great. I think it's great for Manchester that they're doing what they're doing. It's fantastic. Rather than go down to London, well, you wouldn't want that, would you? And also, it looks like Leeds are going to do me a favour and go down instead. Yes, it's been not a bad week. Apart from this year, it's been not a bad week.
Well, I have to say, one of the things that you were very honest about and you were very ahead of the curve on, it was you said that you did not fancy Arsenal to win the league. You said they will drop off, mark my words. A lot of pundits backed them to win the league. They were 11 points clear at one point. You've been proven right?
No. I'm delighted that City have done it. Obviously, I've just said... you got it. They've had a great season. The guy's done a great job. But then he learnt the game under Pep. So very, very similar, and obviously copied his style and got them playing. They've done great, obviously. But I think we've done great with what we've got. With the defence we've got, I'm not going to mention them again. I'm sick of mentioning them. I'll have to mention next year. He's done great. You know, we won a cup. Okay, you know, a bit lucky. And hopefully finish third in the league, which is more important than anything else. Callum, I don't care who wins it. who goes down. I just want United to finish above Newcastle. My 20 quid is it's a serious bet. Vincent won't sleep. I know he listens, so he won't. He won't sleep. He's on the phone every other day. Oh, you're not happy now. Oh, we've got goal difference. We've got this. We've got that. And after the result the other night, 0-0 at home. Home was very, very quiet. Didn't get a phone call. So anyway, we'll see what happens with us. I mean, I don't want to shout too soon, but hopefully we'll win on Thursday.
Just on Newcastle as well. Obviously, you hope United finish above them, but they're back in the Champions League for the first time in 20 years. That's quite a good achievement considering where they were last season. I think they finished down in the bottom half.
It's incredible. You know, the guy's done a great job. But at the end of the day, you have to look at what you're playing against. They're all teams with coaches, all of them. There's no great team. There's just a better coach and a little bit better than the other ones. But they'll do the same thing. They'll try to play the same way now. Apart from Brighton. You have to look at them. It's incredible what they've done. And it's always nice, you know, that underdogs and people who don't have the money to spend. And even when you do have the money to spend, you have to spend it on the right players. I mean, we spent $1 billion on rubbish. City spent $1 billion on good players. So it depends who's buying them. It's not how much money you got or what you haven't. It depends who's looking at the player, who thinks he'll fit into his side. Now, Guardiola's got that. He's obviously got the knack. He knows what he's looking for, and he gets the best out of his players. So, and he's got, you know, looking forward to next year.
Well, I think
very much of the sameness, I think.
Well, in terms of City, obviously they've won the league. They're favourites to win the Champions League. They obviously face United in the FA Cup final. How important is it that United stop them from winning a treble?
Well, for United fans, obviously, from my point of view, it'd be fantastic for us to win. For two reasons. One, just that we beat them, and two, no treble. Yes, I would love to think that. We'll see. But we spoke about the last time, in the last show. Anything can happen. One-off games, you don't know. Bit of bad luck, bit of good luck. You just don't know. So it's obviously not impossible by any standards, but probably improbable. But we'll see. Oh, wouldn't that be great? I hope City win the Champions League. European Cup. Callum, will you get it right? It's the European Cup. Champions League. What a lot of garbage. There's not champions that play in it. You got what, 3 teams or 4 teams from every league? That's not champions. Used to be the champions. It's a kind of misuse of the word champions. Anyway, no, I hope they do. I hope they win it, but I hope we beat them in the final, obviously.
If you were Pep Guardiola and they win the treble, would you leave City after that? Is there anything else to achieve?
Why would you want to leave? Why would you want to leave? Well, no. Do you want to go to Rochdale and build them up and make them a great team? Don't think so. I think I'd like to stay with the winning team and win more and more, sleep easy. Why? Not at all. He's a bright lad. I mean, the only thing that would tempt him, if there is United, for me, is a bigger job. United's a bigger team, bigger club, not a better team, a bigger club. I don't know. Would he be tempted by Real Madrid, say, having been at Barcelona, of course, but would he be tempted by somebody like a PSG or I don't know. I think he's created a little dynasty and it does go like that. You know, it goes normally 10-year cycles. Once you get into a winning mode, it will stick till the players start to go. And I think he'll run with it. And, I mean, if I was him, I'd certainly run with it. Of course, you must be joking. Why would you want to have sleepless nights and start trying to do it all again? No. He'll stay.
In terms of and Celtic, obviously the league's won, the League Cup has won, the Scottish Cup final is on the 3rd of June against Inverness Caledonian Thistle. Do you fancy Celtic for the treble?
The mighty Inverness Caledonian Thistle, did you
Indeed.
say? Oh my God. What there must be what? 100 to 1 on Celtic?
Yeah, they will be incredibly strong favourites.
Yeah. I mean, just a minute, there's you, me, Kay. I could get next door neighbours. There's a couple that side. We could beat Inverness Caledonian. Oh, no brainer. Not worried about that game. We'll win.
And in terms of that as well, I asked you the question about Guardiola. I suppose I should ask you about Ange Postecoglou, obviously the Celtic manager. He came over from Australia 2 years ago. If he was to win a treble with Celtic, do you think he would maybe want to move down to the Premier League in England?
Yeah, I can understand that. It would depend what job. I mean, it's very hard to leave a successful club and go to a struggling club. I mean, I don't know what job you'll get, and it wouldn't be one of the top jobs. It would be a struggling club, and end up like the dummy who bailed out on us. By the way,
Rodgers
did it all wrong. Did it all wrong. Never forgive him. But do it with a bit of decorum. Do it with a bit of class. Yeah, why not? You know, it's to go into the Premier League. It's obviously one of the 2 or 3 biggest leagues in the world. And who wouldn't want to manage in that? So you wouldn't stand, and Celtic wouldn't stand against them doing something like that. If you ask, you know, you go ahead and say, look, what a chance for me, you know, for my career. And I'm sure they'd be delighted to say, yeah, go and take your chances. Unlike Foster, yeah. So it depends which club. I would imagine. I don't know who's going to be looking manager or another coach. Oh, Callum, you don't fancy getting a coaching badge?
I've not considered it. No.
You get a job. Just get a coaching. All you need is a badge. You don't have to have any talent. Just need a badge. Wear a badge on your head. No, I think he'll stay as well. I think he'll enjoy the success and look forward to doing it again. I hope so anyway.
And I also have to ask you, as you mentioned about Leeds probably going down, they need to win in the last day and hope that Everton lose at home to Bournemouth. Do you think there's any chance for Sam Allardyce and his team to stay up?
I hope not.
Short and snappy, I like it.
Don't like Leeds. Yeah. Quite simple.
You wouldn't miss them if they're in the Championship then at all?
I wouldn't miss them if they weren't even in any league.
Oh, brilliant. Question answered. In terms of this stage of the season where obviously teams start to get promoted, start to win league titles, what's it like from a player's point of view when you were playing, when you get to the stage of the season where obviously every game matters over the course of a season, but when you get towards the end, you know it's going to affect your final position or what's going to happen for you as a player or your club next season?
Well, it depends. It depends who you are and what position you're in. Obviously, the people at the top will be looking to strengthen if you finish 3rd or 4th or 5th or 6th at top, you'll be looking what can I strengthen for next season to get from that bit to that bit. Obviously, Guardiola, he'll be strengthening he'll be looking for players, even though he's won the league. He'll be looking for players. You just do if it's going to make you better. But that's an opinion. And unfortunately, yes, the old managers look for players because they knew what they were looking for. But a coach said, oh, he costs 100 million. Oh, he'd be great. Bring him in, I'll fit him in and tell him how to play. It doesn't work like that. But from the player's point of view, really, the season, all you're thinking of is having 6 weeks off, getting away on holiday, and not having to think about training or whatever. You do, you just get away from it. That's, unless, of course, you've got international matches, which is, there's more and more now. Back in the old days, there were very few. You had the odd friendly, and then you had the World Cup. In the close season, there were very few matches in the close season. I think I only remember Scotland playing in I think we played Brazil in one summer at Hampden in a friendly. But no, no matter where you are, whether you're at the top or the bottom, you're just looking to have a break and get away from it all. That just spend some time with your family, really. So, and hope that you still got a job when you come back. I mean, most of them are under contract. They know where they're going, where they're not going, and I'd like to know where a few of ours are going. I'm very quiet on that, but we'll see. We'll see.
In terms of where one of your former clubs are going in Burnley, they're going back to the Premier League. They've won the Championship. Things look fantastic at Turf Moor at the moment. The fans seem to be delighted.
Oh, why wouldn't you be? He's done a great job. He's a breath of fresh air. He's a young lad. He's not got all the heebie-jeebies and, I don't know, angles and whatever they come up with these days. I have no idea. I wonder if he's got a throwing coach. Probably not. Probably not at Burnley. No, he's been great. I say he's been a breath of fresh air, lad. And the nice thing about him, he could play. He was a super centre-half. So you've got somebody there who could play, who knows what he's looking for in players. You want people to be as good as him, if that's possible, or up near his level. And that's what he'll be looking for. It's great. I think it's fantastic. You know, I still have a big spot for Burnley. They were great. I loved my time there. I loved my first time there. Not so much the second time, but the first time there was fabulous. Harry Potts was a great manager, and they had a great team. They're English champions when I joined them, and they won it just after I joined them. They won the English Championship. And they were a good club. And the only problem with Burnley, we held them back up for years after that, was Bob Lord. He's a dictator. He was a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Other than that, Burnley, you know, selling all the good young players. You don't do that. He's killing his manager. You know, Harry just did what Bob told him. But he was a great manager, Harry Potts, and a very nice man. So I'd go back and play for Harry Potts anytime. I know Harry's gone, but without a doubt, go back and play for Harry anytime.
And in terms of the Burnley fans, obviously United fans are renowned worldwide, but what were the Burnley fans like to play for at that time? Because as you say, winning the championship, having a really strong team, it was a great time to be at Burnley.
So Burnley, you know, it's a mill town and a mining. We had a mining community there and mill workers. It was a little bit like home. A bit more posher than home. They had inside toilets. No, Burnley was great. They were working class people. You know, we used to get the bus. I used to get the bus to the match to play. So we'd sit with the supporters on the bus on the way to the match. They say, "Oh, what do you think about today?" I'd be all right. Go on, lad. You know, have a good. They were great. The people were the salt of the earth. Burnley people were salt of the earth. They were really, really nice people. And I don't regret 1 second being at Burnley. It was a fabulous, fabulous time. And I said we had a good team as well. And I played, in my opinion, with the best player that I ever played with, in Brian O'Neill. Keep mentioning Brian. But no, I'm so happy for him. You have no idea. Now I've got a big buck, Simon Rain. Simon is a massive Burnley fan. I mean, besotted with the team. And he was on the phone the other day. We were chatting the other day. And of course, for them, it's like winning the cup. And it's amazing to come back up. I just hope they give company, let him, if he needs to get some new blood in, if he needs to, and let him carry on there. Because I think, obviously, I'd like to see him there for the next 5 years. I mean, I think they do really well. I think they do all right next season. I think they do really well. And nothing to beat. There's nothing to beat, really. So, yeah, Burnley, Brighton, up there with United. That the top three would be great next season, wouldn't it?
As long as United are at the top.
You never know, Callum.
Lots of questions coming in. The first one is from our good friend Otterman. You play a lot of golf. You play a lot of charity golf games as well. Which other ex-United players have you played golf with throughout the years at these events?
Oh, Jesus. Well, I have to go way back. Alex Stepney, Tony Dunn, Paddy Crown, Dennis Law, Bobby Charlton, Brian Kidd, Brian Robson, and on and on and on. Not so much in recent years. The only ones, some of the newer ones, see the odd one, but not that many. But yeah, we used to play back in the day. There was a lot more celebrity tournaments. We used to play about 40 a year. There's a lot of tournaments, so invariably you came across and from other clubs as well. So yeah, good day. The best golfer, Bill Phelps, of course. Bill's been gone a long time. Bill was the best golfer. Bill was off 1. Tony Dunn was off 3. It was a good golf, Then you had quite a few. It was all like 8, 9 handicaps. So, but yeah, I still get invites, but the travelling, there's so much traffic on the roads now, Ottoman. Travelling is a nightmare going anywhere. So if it's local, it's at the Mere. In fact, I'm playing a couple next month. I'm playing 3 next month there. They're all at the Mere. You just roll out of bed, Callum. So yes, Ottoman, we played a lot of golf. And Dave Sadler, another good golfer. Dave is of 6 or something. Very good golfer, Dave. But they all played. The only one that didn't play, and sadly, was Bestie. And if he had played, he'd still be here, the little bugger. He would still be here, tell you. We tried to get him to play, but he just, I don't know. He played table tennis. He was a good table tennis player, George. Great table tennis player. But he never got into the golf, so... but other than that, yeah. And I still see, occasionally, I'll see the odd one or two on the golf course, but not as much nowadays.
In terms of another question, this one's from Ross. He asks about United's takeover. It's been reported that Sir Jim Ratcliffe is the favourite to buy the club, and that could be done by the summer. Do you think that would be good news for the club?
Oh, I think it'd be great. He's a United supporter. The only question is with Jim, yeah, he can buy the club, but does he have the money to invest in the club to make the stadium better, number one, and to get the best players in the world here. I presume why would he try to buy it if he didn't? I presume, but I don't know. What I do know of that the Arabs, they have the money. No matter what it costs and no matter what they have to spend, they'll do it. But from a supporter's point of view and an ex-player's point of view, to have a united supporter buying your club and run it, fabulous.
It would certainly be a good thing, especially after how frustrated the fans have been with the current owners, to have, as you say, a united fan in charge of the club. It would be great to see.
Well, the current owners, as you well know, have no idea about football. They wouldn't know Pele if he fell on the head. No idea with football. They're in it for business. It was a business deal. That's all it is to them, all ever been to them. And they've made multi-millions from it. And billions, not multi-million, billions from it. It's a great business deal. Do you want anything like that again? Nah. You don't want the Yanks in who have no idea what's going on. Not at all. So, no, I hope Jim gets it. I think it'd be great.
Last question we've got this week is from Graham. He asks, obviously the season is set to end soon. Do you have any plans for the summer to go abroad anywhere?
Well, Graham, we just come back. In fact, I think I mentioned the last time, just come back from Turkey. I have any amount of friends who've been there and come back and say, Willie, it's great. And I said, Turkey, why would you go to Turkey? I wouldn't go to Turkey if you paid me. Graham, how wrong was I? It's the best holiday I've ever had. Everything. People, service, and the food. Normally at the summertime, because the weather invariably is nice over here, I tend to try and stay close to home. Maybe just have an odd trip. We're trying to get an odd trip up to Scotland. And then October would probably be my next, if I'm going abroad, it would be probably October. But I'd like to get the summers over here, Graham, and get as much golf as I can at the Mere. We have a new owner. Raheel, hope you're listening. I'm sand in the bunkers. We have a new Raheel Aslam is the new owner. So, no, I just went. I'm very fortunate where we live. It is a little mini. I don't know. The weather's always pretty nice here, even when it's not around. Round the belt, it's pretty nice here. So I like to spend it at home. So, and I can't afford to go away in the summer anyway, Graham. I don't forget I played in the '60s. Callum doesn't pay me now for doing this. I'm absolutely brassic. So any donations for holidays, just let me know.
Brilliant. The next time we chat, obviously the FA Cup final will have been. We both hope United win that one. Fingers crossed. But before we go,
legs, fingers, toes.
Before we go, your usual message for the listeners.
Yeah, to everyone, obviously, and I keep saying the world's a crazy place. It's still a crazy place. So look after yourselves, look after each other, and may your God go with you.
Until next time, take care.